Brothers Keeper is a Turkish drama movie as two friends that go to a boarding school have their friendship put to the test when one of them, Memo, becomes gravely ill, and due to some unfortunate random circumstances, the chase to get him help from the teachers around them becomes more and more drastic. Hello, everybody. My name is Josh, your movie apprentice, and I am looking at Turkish film Okul Tirasi, which translates to Brother's Keeper, that I did happen to catch at the London Film Festival last month. And this movie is very much driven in a slow way. It is carried by some really strong child performances. This film is an interesting watch because of the themes that it delves into. This film can be difficult to watch at times purely because of the school that they are in that uses very capitalist means of punishing the children for discretions, from taking away their hot water to cold showers in this very snowy, secluded setting, slapping a kid for smoking, embarrassing one for having his hair too long, and shaming it in front of the whole school. It's a very rough school, and you are being told this story through the eyes of our lead character who's trying to get the help for his friend Mehmet. It delves into themes of power through fear and how people can be scared to speak out, especially our lead. A lot of the time, he is nervous about approaching any teacher and the loopholes he has to go through just to get permission to be by his friend's side throughout the movie. It is very dialogue driven, and how the teachers piece things together across the movie. The whole film focuses on an initial event as a potential reason for his illness, but there is something about that never quite adds up. And when we finally get to our big solution where everything gets revealed and the truth is there, it is heartbreaking and hard hitting, but you could understand it. These kids are being ruled with an iron fist from some very grouchy, grumpy teachers who you can also tell their heart's in the right place. They want what's best for the students. They don't entirely neglect the students, but just through some massive oversized dissatisfaction with their jobs, etc., they might overlook small things that add into this scenario. There are a lot of small things that are happening on this particular day that would have solved everything. For example, only one person has a car that works, but they are in town getting cheese for the school is like an errand he's running. So getting Memo down the mountain to a hospital is certainly more difficult than it would have been any other day of the week, purely because of this one decision to send the guy with the car to go get some cheese on this very snowy mountain school. It's a very bleak image, and the kids are constantly misbehaving. It's a strict school, but there's a lot of hooliganism taking place throughout it. There are several moments where our lead character will be talking to a teacher. They'll have to get pulled aside to deal with some other kid that is misbehaving. It's very much like a military school, but it is a proper school. And the loopholes he has to jump through just to get the proper focus on his friend that is needed is kind of nuts. And when you see how understocked the medical bay is for anything other than a headache, it really puts in this perspective how dire this situation is. It delves into a lot of themes of fear and dissatisfaction with your job and guilt and how you're scared to speak up. But should you speak up, you could do more to save someone. I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm coming to talk about this movie. I would recommend watching it if you find a place to watch it. I'm unsure what their plans for releasing this movie is in terms of independent cinema releases, but I will happily put that in a linked comment down below should I find the information on that. Before I get into my gravy, like what I do on this channel, consider clicking that like button and subscribe for more reviews like this one coming all the time. We've got a bunch more BFI Film Festival coming up shortly. Without further ado, let's grade this one. For Brother's Keeper, it's a very tense thriller that keeps you on the edge of your seat and can really hit you in the heart at certain moments. Every character is understandable in their motives, but it's also kind of a tragedy in a way as well. This boy just needs to get to the hospital, but due to all these tiny, tiny, usually considered insignificant circumstances, they all stack up to make this situation more complex than it has to be. And a lot of this could have been avoided if kids felt like they could truly approach their superiors without feeling they're going to get harsh punishments for something. I'm going to have to say that Brother's Keeper for me is a great cup of tea. So, Brother's Keeper, have you seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought about that in the comments below. If you have a chance to watch it anywhere, do feel free to check it out if you can. Coming up on the channel again, more BFI London Film Festival content coming up shortly, and maybe a couple of video essays if I get the time to do them. But until next time, my name is Josh. I have been your movie apprentice. I'll see you